Well, hello, friends. It's your pal Tom Picklefeather, here to tell you a story that's just for kids. Warning, not for children. Hello, everybody. It's your pal Tom Picklefeather. This story is about relationships. Now, sometimes when you find that special someone, or at least when you think is that special someone, it starts out wonderful. But as time goes on, sometimes people drift apart a little bit. At least that's what happened in today's story. Anora. Once upon a time, there was a young lady named Anora, and she was a dancer. She did all kinds of dances, and people loved to watch her dance. They would go to her special dance club and watch her dance shows, and everyone had a good time. One day, a rich boy named Ivan from Russia, he came and he said, "Man, I'd really like to find a dancer, but I don't speak a lot of English." He asked around to see if there was a dancer that spoke Russian so that he can tell them what kind of dances he liked. Well, as luck would have it, Anora was very fluent in Russian. Fluent means like you speak it well, for those of you who don't. And so Anora put on a dancing show for him, and he was so happy that he's like, "Why don't you come to my home and I can watch you dance there?" And they were like, and she was like, "Of course, that sounds wonderful." So Honora went to dance for Ivan in his home. And as time went on, she would go to his home frequently and dance for him until they started becoming special friends. And, dancing would turn into wrestling and tickle fights, because some friends do. And eventually that turned into something more, and they became boyfriend and girlfriend. Isn't that lovely? And they liked each other so much that they went to Vegas to get married. Just to be with each other for much longer. But unfortunately, Ivan's parents, they did not approve. You see, Honora wasn't from a rich upbringing like Honora was. Ivan was, excuse me. I got a little tongue-tied. They asked that Ivan annul the marriage, which made Ivan and Honora very, very sad. In fact, the parents sent some of their employees to just ask if they would just stop being a couple, and they were not happy about that. Ivan was so upset that he ran away, and Honora had a stern talking to with these employees. They got worried about Ivan and went to look for him, and as they looked for him, they eventually found him. He was watching another dancer, which made Honora sad, and they went to get the marriage annulled, which means pretend the marriage never happened. Well, Honora was not very happy with Ivan because Ivan didn't really seem to care. Ivan was being a bit of a naughty boy, and so eventually they annulled the marriage, and they just pretended they weren't friends no more, which is sad. But in that time, Honora met another fella by the name of Igor. Igor was very nice to Honora during this whole time, even though Honora wasn't very happy with him. But as they got to know each other, they became special friends, and they lived happily ever after. So that goes to show you that, sometimes special friendships don't last very long, but you should never give up on them because there might be another special friendship along the way. I'm glad you listened to my story, and I love y'all, and y'all take care of yourselves, okay?